What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls pregame. Presented to you by DraftKings. Don't forget to use promo code CHGO when you sign up that DraftKings Sportsbook account after downloading the app. The highest rated sportsbook of them all. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guy Big Dave is at BAWL Sports. We are CHGO Bulls. We got Bulls Paces on deck tonight. Big Dave.
What's happening? I'm good, but how are you, sir? How you feeling?
I'm all right.
All right.
I got my lemon juice and honey. Gonna power through. Through.
How does it feel to do healthy things just for the entire day? What's that? How's that been for you?
Unsettling.
Unsettling,
right?
All right.
Went to bed earlier last night than I've ever gone to bed in my life, I think. That's why we're remote today. I got some kind of bug that's got me down the last 48 hours or so. Non-COVID, negative yesterday, negative again today. But awesome. I figured for the benefit of my guys Joey and Will and Dave and everybody at the office, that me and my cooties would stay home for tonight's pre and post game. But
Matt, real quick, I think I know why you feel like you feel. I think I have an idea as to why. Joey, can you hit that, please? Can you play that? I think I know why Matt feels exactly how Matthew Peck feels. That Joey get his thing together so he can get it correct.
Is it because I've been eating athletic greens?
Think of the daily nutritional insurance because it's athletic greens. Scoop it, you dump it, you shake it, you drink it. And Joey, you feel it. All right. Come on in here.
Oh my God.
All right.
Scared of the
CHGO Bulls. It's CHGO Bulls.
That is why he has been scared.
I'm not gonna lie. My equilibrium has been a little imbalanced ever since that bear just absolutely annihilated me during our post-game show on Monday.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, I think that's what happened. You were never the same after that. And yeah, you took it home with you, man. So I think that's what happened. So it's not going to be there tomorrow. You're going to get better. You'll be all right. So yeah, everything will be cool, man. Everything will be good.
Right on. Okay, well, so the Bulls have Pacers on deck tonight. They are 1-3, only win coming thus far against another Central Division rival, the Detroit Pistons. It's been a balance of good and bad from the Pacers. We're going to look at a couple of their players in particular later in pregame. Haliburton and Mathurin have been shooting the lights out. Not a whole lot of help from their teammates, however. First thing we wanted to touch on, though, Tony Bradley, Bulls' best three-point shooter. This was after yesterday's practices. Yesterday's practice was concluding. They held a friendly little three-point contest at the end of practice. And Joey, do you have that clip that you can go ahead and play for us here? I would not have put my money on Tony Bradley winning a Bulls three-point shooting contest, but there he is after hitting the final shot to secure the win in the three-point contest. You see his teammates there, Kobe White included, hyping him up. And then Zach is going to be asked about it after practice. Here comes Caruso giving Bradley some love.
Wow.
2 shots. Golly. It's all fun and games, though.
Yeah. Zach had a great line about how, the Vegas odds on that would have been pretty great. And Big Dave, you and I were texting with our pals Sabine and Bulldog about this. And Bulldog in particular was like, I hate this. Like, to me, this is the perfect symbol, and crystallizing realization that the Bulls as a team don't have any three-point shooters. If Tony Bradley can win a three-point contest at practice, that's not a fun, team morale thing. That's a bad thing. I just kind of laughed it off. What about you?
I'm in between. I'm in between. It reminds me, and I don't remember the player this was, but it reminds me of when they did something like this before. They played like a one-on-one kind of thing. And I know it came down to Zach, and I can't remember the other player for the life of me who it came down to, but it's somebody who didn't play a lot at all. And they ended up winning, and they won that one-on-one, and they got a trophy and everything, man. I'm going to go look for it later, but they got a trophy and everything at practice, and it was a big deal. And that was like, nah, my best player can't be losing one-on-ones to people coming off the bench. I don't like that. Tony Bradley winning a 3-point contest. It's fun. Yay. Great. Awesome. Hooray. Good morale for the team. It doesn't mean anything, but it's just the fact that it was Tony Bradley doing it that just kind of throws me off a little. Thank you, Kyle. It was Archie. Yes. Thank you very much. It was Archie. Yes. I remember that. He won that. That bothered me so much. And I didn't like it that he won that, but he hit 2 shots. I guess they're lucky, but what you just said really kind of crystallized it of saying, yeah, now this kind of just shows you there are no three-point shooters on the team, because if this dude steps in and wins against who is arguably your best 3-point shooter, oh no. So yeah.
Right. Look, do I think that Zach LaVine was taking this friendly post-practice 3-point contest deadly seriously? No, probably not. He was probably just jacking some shots up and maybe wanted to let some of the teammates who don't get as much run on the court shine in a moment like that. And if so, that's a great teammate thing to do. But yeah, no, and it absolutely reminded me of, I think it was like training camp leading up to the 1920 season when they were like, oh, Archie won the one-on-one tournament. We were all like, oh no, that cannot be good.
Can't be good, man. And it just reminded me, like, I wish it, and Zach's just who he is, man. I know it bothered him a little bit, you know what I'm saying, that this happened. And I was like, all I'm thinking of, because I'm old school, I'm thinking of is Jordan. Like, man, they'd still be playing right now. If Tony Bradley beat Michael Jordan in anything, they'd still be playing right now because he takes that stuff personally. You know what I mean? Losing in practice and things like that. So yeah, man. But yeah, congratulations, Tony Bradley. I mean, he won that in practice. The teammate, the morale was good for all of that. Hopefully that carries over into the game tonight, honestly.
Emilio in the comments saying, someone give Tony Bradley a trophy. I would have cut down the net and framed it. Maybe he did. The man earned it. Man. What can we say?
He did. He won.
All right. Plenty more to get to. We have a update/not update on Lonzo Ball from Billy Donovan in his media availability pregame tonight. Also wanted to take a look at the Bulls starting lineup, which just dropped a few moments ago in that Twitter feed. We'll talk about that. Plus take a look at these Pacers we have on deck. But first, I mentioned it at the top of pregame. Today's episode brought to you guys by our wonderful friends at DraftKings. NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back. So tip off the season with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA and our official sports betting partner at CHGO. New customers can make any $5 NBA moneyline bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Check this out. In addition to the usual bets, everyone can boost their winnings up to 100% with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and place a stepped-up same-game parlay today. With payouts bigger than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is where I go to bet on the NBA. So download that DraftKings Sportsbook app now using promo code CHGO, and you'll get that amazing offer of making any $5 bet on an NBA money line this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code CHGO.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Today was, a shout out to our guy, Will the Go Gottlieb, because I hadn't even thought of this, the official 4-week mark since Lonzo Ball's procedure on that knee. The debridement, whatever the hell that is. And so they said, timeline-wise, he will be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks.
Correct.
Today is 4 weeks. So, of course, our guy, Will Gottlieb, was on the ball.
Yeah.
And, no pun intended. And asked Billy pregame, any update on Lonzo? And the answer was, no.
And you're right.
Are we surprised? I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised at all. And like you said, shout out to Will, because it didn't even cross my mind. Like, I didn't even think of it until I was like, really? It's been 4 weeks? And that makes me feel good, because I remember when this first happened, I remembered every single day of the countdown of when it was going on. Like, please come back. Hurry up. So the fact I'm not thinking about it is good for me. And you're right. I didn't expect to hear anything in the 4 weeks. I'm glad Will was on it just to make sure. But I didn't expect to hear anything. I'm expecting it after 6 weeks. Now, they have to have something after 6 weeks. They have to tell us something, whether it's he's still working out, or he's still working through the kinks. They got to say something about it in the next 6 weeks, man, because there's going to be big news for us, I should say, in the next 2 weeks, because we really want to know when Lonzo's coming back. Because continuing to watch, the season as it's going on, only in 4 games, you definitely see where he sorely missed that on both ends of the court, man. So yeah, we just want him to get back out there. I still said All-Star break. I'm still kind of thinking that's what it is with Lonzo, but I just want to know where he's at right now in 6 weeks. I definitely want to know.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some sort of official update 2 more weeks from now, if that is, the end of that window of when they were going to reassess him, and then hopefully relay that information to the fans. We'll keep you posted, but just wanted to officially let everyone know who might be curious. Today was the 4-week mark since Lonzo's procedure, but no update from him, Billy, or the team yet in any official capacity. Shout out to Micah in the chat, in the comments with a super chat. Say a fun fact. First time facing Tyrese Haliburton since the 2021 season. We're going to talk about Haliburton and the Pacers coming up a little bit, but of course, his name, Dave, is one that Bulls fans have been dropping. People across the NBA looking at maybe redrafting that draft class talk about a lot, because he's no longer with Sacramento, and I think most people still can't believe the Kings gave up a talent like Haliburton, but
that's real. Yeah.
Unfortunately, from a Bulls fan's perspective, that conversation is often started with, so the Bulls drafted Patrick Williams at 4, and look at this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy who were drafted after Patrick Williams, who are doing real big things in the NBA already.
Yeah.
To that end, Bulls starting lineup tonight is out.
Okay.
It still includes Patrick Williams.
All right. Still in there. He's still in there.
We talked about this pretty aggressively in postgame on Monday. Yes. Saying even after a good team win like that against Boston, making a comeback like that Patrick was basically not involved in the good team win, because he played a short stint in the first quarter, didn't see the floor again until the start of the second half, and then didn't see the floor again until garbage time.
Yeah.
As the Bulls were, having that wonderful comeback to then, take command of that game and win it against a very quality opponent like Boston. What do you make of the fact that Billy is still doing this? Because I'm to a point now where I'm advocating to change in some capacity where you're playing Pat, who you're playing him with, where his minutes are coming from. And it looks like Billy's just going to roll the same plan out there again tonight.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like I'm trying to see where he's coming from with it. I'm assuming he putting Pat in situations he's not comfortable in on purpose. Pat has continuously said, it's harder playing with stars, harder playing with all stars. Getting those guys going is kind of what we want to do. I like playing with Dragic. Like, he's kind of hinting towards things. And Billy's like, no, bro, like, you're going to have to say it. Like, say it with your chest. Say you want the bench. Say it. Say you want it. But Billy is not listening to that thing. And that could be a good thing and a bad thing, honestly. Because Pat, he's like, yo, man, you have something in you that can be helpful in this starting lineup. I'm going to give you opportunity after opportunity until it clicks for you. Or it could be, you're really hurting the team by continuing to put him out here. We starting off bad because you continue to put him out here. So these 15 minutes that you're giving him aren't working. You kind of touched on that on the last show. Just putting him out there 15 minutes, that's not really doing anything. So why keep doing it like that? And the other thing, Matt, I think it might be is the bench. And he might be more comfortable with the lineup he has starting to go with the bench than he is with removing or putting Javonte or Derrick Jones Jr. in that starting lineup. Because we saw how the game kind of changed when that bench walked in. Everything changed when that bench walked into the game, starting with Derrick Jones Jr. So yeah, Billy's doing something. I know that. Like, he's doing something. We just don't understand it yet. But he's rolling with Patrick Williams in the starting lineup. I saw Patrick. I gave him, I shouldn't say praise, but I gave him credit for actually showing a pulse in the game against Boston. I was happy he did that. Like, okay, you wiggled your big toe. Congratulations. Now let's get these other piggies wiggling and let's get it moving. So yeah, Billy has an idea, Matt. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what it is. I can just speculate on it. But yeah, we're going to watch it again tonight, man. And hopefully we see something better.
DeAndre in the comments saying, I have faith Pat will score 6 points tonight.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's the
Emilio
other toe.
saying Billy Donovan is that dad that throws his son in the pool to make him learn how to swim or drown. I tell you what, man, if you want to use that metaphor, I don't know how many bubbles Pat has left sitting there at the bottom of the pool. Like, that's about to go from being a tough love teaching lesson to
help,
like, inadvertent murder.
Help. Oh man,
T-Max in the comments saying he just doesn't have the heart. I mean, not that. Matt saying the only signs of life for Pat came in summer league, preseason, and a useless game at the end of the year. There's a trend. Yeah, not a great one. This is frustrating. Unless we somehow see something different from Pat tonight, this is frustrating. I would have thought that, and maybe Billy thinks that 4 games is too small of a sample size to change something this drastically, but maybe. You cannot deny right now that not only Javonte Williams, but also Derrick Jones Jr. have done more to help this team.
Javonte Green, by the way. You said Javonte Williams.
Sorry. I was dealing with my fantasy waivers earlier today.
It's all good. It's all good.
Shout out to him. Poor guy tore his ACL, the Broncos running back. Javonte Green and Derrick Jones Jr. have done more to help this team so far in 4 games than Pat has. So I just don't get why Billy is going to roll out the same plan that hasn't worked through the first 4 games when it comes to Pat specifically.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to argue. I mean, you've seen it. Like in all 4 games, it's been a struggle for him to get to the point where he's gotten comfortable of getting going. The last game was the first game you kind of saw him getting, going a little bit. It reminded me of last season because if you remember in game 5 was the game against the Knicks, and we were starting to say, all right, Pat, we need to see something. And we started seeing something from him, and then obviously he went down in that game. So maybe he has that in his mind, you know what I'm saying, that Patrick will, just needed some more games to get that fear out of him about the injury or get more comfortable or get more acclimated. I don't know, but this is what Billy's rolling with, man. And until it becomes a real true detriment to the team, because it's hard for me to call it a true detriment because the record they have is kind of the record I thought they would have. They beat teams I didn't think they would beat, but it's the record I thought that they would have. So until it becomes a detriment to that, then it's hard for me to advocate as hard as moving him up out of there. But I'm not against the change though, if it needs to go down, man, because something has to happen. Something has to push him to being the guy that I kind of think he is. And I'm just waiting for it to come on out. Just come on out. You don't want to scare. You want to just come on out, little birdie. Come on out. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You don't want to flip out on him and just scare him away. You got to be gentle with it a little bit. But I don't know. We'll see.
Had it. You're not even size yet. Couple super chats here real quick. Well, first of all, shout out to Evan in the comments. I saw you earlier who said, fun fact, the super chats that I've sent to CHGO hit my bank account this morning and my wife was none too pleased. But Chicago over everything. Appreciate you, Evan.
Shout out, Evan.
Tell the missus she needs to get on board, come in, have some fun with us in pre and post game. Then she'll be throwing super chats at us.
Absolutely.
Too.
Tell her to have some fun.
And Hayes with a super chat says, big fan of what y'all are doing. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Saying thoughts on giving Kobe more minutes. He does move the ball well at times and can spark the offense, which is needed. Okay, real quick before we move to Indy, I thought that was interesting. Kobe kind of had a dud game against Boston on Monday. Only played 9 minutes off the bench. Yeah. I would expect that he sees more than 9 minutes tonight, Dave.
I think so too, Matt. But you hit it on the head. He had a dud game. It was kind of forgettable, but it didn't hurt your team. So, we kind of just glossed over it because the Bulls had a big win and everything like that. But yeah, I'm going to need to start seeing it from him. Kobe has notoriously been a slow starter. I still remember when he came back after that injury, Matt, he's missing layups and people were losing their minds. And I'm telling them, calm down, be patient, let him get acclimated. And once he got comfortable, he couldn't miss for about 16, 17 straight games. So I think that's what they're looking at. He's kind of doing that same kind of thing, just getting comfortable with it. But yeah, it'd be nice to see him knock down some 3-pointers, man, and go 4 for 6 or 5 for 7. That'd be great.
All right, so moving to Indy, I did see the official announcement from Pacers Twitter Turner and our old pal Tice Baby were both listed as questionable coming into this one. Daniel Tice is officially out with a sore right knee, but Miles Turner, for the first time this season, available to play for the Pacers. Kind of an unfortunate injury for him. He had an ankle sprain falling over on a ball boy during their pregame warmups of one of their first games. So a more difficult and daunting task for the Bulls tonight if Turner is indeed out there and active. But we all know what Turner can do. He's been doing it for the Pacers for years now, and it's why his name has always been coming up in trade rumors, including the good old Miles Turner and Buddy Hield for 2 Lakers picks, which might get more steam if the Lakers continue to suck donkey balls like they have so far in their games.
Good God.
But without Turner on the floor in their first 4 games, the Pacers thus far have all been about Tyrese Haliburton and Bennedict Mathurin. Haliburton, a stud from that 2020 draft class. We know what he can do, scoring and distributing. I think he's averaging just over 24 a game and nearly 10 assists per game. He's 3rd in the NBA in assists per game out of the gate. And then the rookie, Bennedict Mathurin, 6th overall pick from the Pacers earlier this year in the 22 NBA draft from Arizona. He is in his own right averaging just over 22 points per game for the Pacers thus far. Doing it on pretty impressive shooting. And that's what I wanted to highlight here, Dave. If Joey, do you have a graphic of what they are doing behind the 3-point line compared to what the rest of the Pacers are doing? There you go. So through their first 4 games, Haliburton and Mathurin are shooting a combined 43% from behind the 3-point line. All of their teammates combined, 28.5%.
Crazy.
Whoo!
Crazy,
not great,
man.
Dave, but you clearly know who Billy is telling his guys to watch out for behind the arc tonight.
Absolutely, you are. And the thing that I like is that's where the Bulls' strength is in their backcourt defense. So you're going to see Caruso definitely playing up on him very much. You're going to see Ayo playing up on him also. So you're going to see that. Javante will be involved as well, I'm sure. But yeah, those guys, I love the story like guys like Mathurin. I love those kind of stories. Those guys nobody talks about, nobody's even discussed, whose name sounds like a medicine to them because your face just gets, what? Who? Like you don't know who this is. And you hear about them and they just come out and they're just setting the league on fire. I love those kind of stories. It reminds me of like Tyreek Evans when he walked into the league and kind of just set it on fire. Nobody was even looking at him. So yeah, this is good for him, man. I like it. He's going to get ample opportunity because he's in Indiana and they're just like, whatever, you just roll the ball out there and, you know, you go for it. And Tyrese Haliburton, somebody I know you, Matt, definitely liked a lot coming out. He has definitely been that guy. And yeah, he was that guy. We saw him in when he was with the Kings. We thought he was that guy and he was really good. And they made a move and just decided to ship him away to Indiana. And Indiana said, thank you very much. We'll start our rebuild now.
My good. And no disrespect to Sabonis, who is a great player, but with all of the years that Haliburton has in front of him and the way that you saw in a Kings jersey, how did the Kings look at what they had and say, we don't need Haliburton. We're good with trading this guy away. Still baffles me that they let Haliburton go. I mean, this guy. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do you remember like the situation that the Kings had though? Like you had De'Aaron Fox and you had Halliburton. You know what I mean? Like you had to make that decision.
And you weren't really sure what you were going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great situation for them. That was an embarrassment of riches. Like, and it's not like De'Aaron Fox isn't like going into his prime. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to. Yeah. He's also like 25 and 10. You know what I mean? He can also do those things as well. So yeah, it was a little more difficult. But yeah, I don't think it was going to be a good decision either way. You were going to pay like for it. And Haliburton is definitely making them pay for making that decision. And he definitely looks comfortable where he is.
Yeah. Shout out to Jack R, who is a Pacers fan, but hanging out with us here for pregame.
Thank you, Jack.
Apparently there's also an issue in some parts of Illinois where this game's getting blacked out because of certain like cable issues between NBC Sports Local and then whatever broadcast the Pacers use. So, well, that's what League Pass is for, right?
Hello.
And look, like Hield is certainly no slouch. He has not been as on fire to start the season as his teammates Haliburton and Mathurin have, but I think he's shooting somewhere around 33-34% from the behind the arc so far, and the Hield's capable of going off. So, I mean, like the Bulls defense is going to have their hands full tonight, no doubt about it. And in particular, I am very much looking forward to and hoping we see a good amount of Io trying his best to lock down Haliburton, because that is a hell of a test. Because you're trying to not give that guy space to pull up and shoot, and you're also not trying to give him any space to get those passes off that he is so skilled at. Specifically the volume of 3-point shooting,
crazy.
It's been mostly cold for the Pacers outside of those two, but they are right now tied with Boston atop the NBA in most 3-point attempts per game. 40.8. They are jacking 40 threes per game. And they're not hitting all that well outside of those two players thus far, but a crazy difference of style when you talk about them versus the Bulls offense so far, which you and I were like, hey, the Bulls made 10 of 21 on Monday. Like, we might see the Pacers double up the Bulls in 3-point attempts tonight. And it's just going to largely be about, can the Bulls keep it out of those two guys' hands, or whichever one of them if they're starting to get hot, and then maybe give your defense a break by letting guys who are cold be the ones to take those shots.
Yeah, they might hit 21 in the second quarter. Like, seriously, like the way they're going at the rate they are, it feels like they're kind of a mini Miami style kind of offense is what they're after, because Miami, takes a lot of those threes like that. And like you said, Boston, that's what they do. They shoot threes. It's going to be interesting. We saw Boston live by the three and then die by it when the Bulls played them. So it's going to be interesting to see, because you're never truly out of a game with really great 3-point shooting. There's always a door open for you with that great 3-point shooting. So hopefully the Bulls can take advantage of the transition, just getting to the bucket, because it's not like the Pacers are world beaters out here. Like, they struggle defensively also. All right. Miles Turner is going to help. No question about it. But it's his first game back in a while on a bum ankle. That should be interesting to watch as well. So, but he shoots threes as well. Right. So they will continue to go up. So it's going to be an interesting game to watch, man. Honestly, it's going to be very interesting.
That it will. Speaking of the other storyline for tonight's game, DeMar DeRozan, I believe, is 24 points away.
Oh, baby.
20,000 career points. You think DeMar's maybe a little motivated to go out there and have a baller night tonight? Because I think so.
I'd say a skosh motivated to do that, man. Just a tidbit, just a tad to get out there and handle his business. Yeah, 20,000 points is a lot. So yeah, we'll and I know his teammates know too. And Bulls fans, they're all about unity out there, man. So yeah, hopefully he gets it tonight. We'll have something else to talk about in the post game.
And of course, I mean, it wouldn't be Bulls Pacers pregame if it weren't for this comment here from AK. Could you guys see Miles Turner in a Bulls jersey? Oh man, the old familiar tune. Bulls should trade for Miles Turner.
Shout out AK.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, would be nice.
Would be cool.
But hey, you know what? We don't need him because we have Andre Crazy Man Drummond.
Hey, baby.
Did you see what he said after shoot around this morning? Where he was
he said a couple things.
Our second unit's basically like a starting five in the NBA. And I was like,
he didn't say a great starting five. He just said a starting five.
Any five guys who are on an NBA roster could be a starting five. I mean, we saw some of the starting fives the Bulls rolled out there from 2017 to 2020.
Come on, Matt. We saw it. We saw two Waynes out there, Matt. Come on. We saw it, dog.
Two
Samsons. We saw all this, man. Come on, dog. Yeah, that starting five is better. So yeah, he's the best, great rebounder. Let's see that starting lineup mentality happen tonight. Let's do it again tonight, man.
Love it. As Shaq 2.0 says in the comments, let's go Bulls. Bulls on parade. Let's do it. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. It's 7:00 Chicago time. That means tip-off is just around the corner. We will be right back here streaming live from our CHGO Sports YouTube channel for post-game following the conclusion of Bulls and Pacers. Hopefully we'll also get a check-in from our guy, Will the Goat Gottlieb, who's at the UC tonight right now covering this game. For Joey, a Big Dave, I'm Pack. Thanks for watching pregame. Hit that thumbs up before you head out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Go Bulls. See you right. Be good.